Hi, good day. My name is Rosalyn Descartin, AB Political Science, second year of WIT. And for now, I will talk or share to you about my advocacy regarding COVID-19 in relation to international relations. So, as a student, I know that I have a lesser voice to advocate regarding COVID-19 pandemic. However, I want to express my opinion and share it to you and let you think that what if every individuals, families, barangays, nations, and internationally, we will have this in practice. But first, have you thought on what really matters here on Earth? Is it our economy? Is it power? Is it fame? Is it relationship with countries? Is it people's attention? Have you think of it? Lives. Life should be our number one priority. We people have lives, which is a gift. We people are rational beings, capable of thinking and reasoning. And that's why we build a government to give us peace and order and to serve us. Because each individual is governed by their own selves, and we are living with the others, which are also rule themselves. So we need something like government. The government governs its people, and we are called nation. And each nation, just like an analogy of each person, also governs itself. So we need something that will govern all nations, and that is international laws through international relations. However, let us go back to what really matters. Why is there a government? Isn't it for the people? And what is the most valuable thing for a person? Isn't it life? As the world moves towards the next phase of COVID-19 pandemic response, equitable access to vaccines and treatments will be vital to saving the lives of the most vulnerable people. Those living in humanitarian emergencies or in settings that are not under control of national governments are at risk of being left behind and must be part of COVID-19 vaccinations efforts, including all individuals regardless of legal status in national allocation plans, is critical, particularly in settings characterized by armed conflict, violence, and natural disasters, all of which exacerbate the challenges of vaccination activities on the ground. Leaving these people behind would undermine humanitarian principles and compromise efforts to end the pandemic. It is as if the pandemic has turned into competition of global leadership, and it will be the countries that most effectively respond to the crisis that will gain traction. Diplomats operating out the empty embassies are busy defending their governments' handling of the crisis, and often take deep offense to criticism. National pride and health are at stake. Each country looks at their neighbor to see how quickly they are flattening the curve, according to one of the articles that I have read. Experience shows that even for routine vaccinations and despite government's best effort, some people inevitably fall through the cracks. Why is that? Because some of us are like wild beasts being free for our own. And the government also like wild beasts in a way that it is not prioritizing and putting lives of the people as the number one priority. I understand that not everyone has access to the social media, but I observed that in a single barangay or municipality, it is not possible that there is no one using social media. So what if the information will be disseminated through this, and since the government had spent much money for the aid of the needy before, can't now a government provide for the goods for a month of each house that can't afford to buy their own without going out in their houses? We are battling an enemy which is invisible. It doesn't matter how powerful a nation is if it cannot save lives of its people. Yes, our economy will suffer if we stop working, if we stop doing access with money. But on the other hand, what are money for if we all die in an instant? This should be considered in all nations. An international law cannot eradicate this COVID-19 if it will not start in disciplining a single individual, disciplining a family, into a barangay, into a municipality, and so on. Isolating everyone, no exemption, by following what is proper cleaning of ourselves. Even you are certain that you are not contacted, you have not contacted with someone who is positive with the virus for 1 month. Isolate yourself and your family to the knowledge of fact that we are already have vaccines for this virus. Let it be disseminated in every houses by the authorized frontliners. For now, the voice of a single student can't do this because it's too soft to be heard by everyone. However, if you will think of that, every government in all nations will prioritize discipline, aid for goods, isolate every places strictly in every corner, safe or not, for 1 month, and giving vaccines. An expectation of 100% correct practice of everything that is being said, there will be a big possibility that this pandemic will end soon. In Hong Kong, graffiti reads, "There can be no return to normal," because normal was the problem in the first place, according to the article. Yes, for now, normal is the problem because we keep on possessing our selfishness because we think that is normal. That's the normal. The crisis group think tank is assessing how the virus will permanently change international politics. Suggest, for now, we are discerned to competing narratives gaining currency. One in which the lesson is that countries ought to come together to better defeat COVID-19, and one in which the lesson that countries need to stand apart in order to better protect themselves from it. So now, think of it or hear it again. Thank you for listening.